Ladies and gentlemen, please get onto that microphone.
Last night, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni interacted with the Karamoja subregion media fraternity as part of his campaign trail in the area.
The big support of NRM which is coming up is because of our work.
To kick off the radio talk show, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was invited to commit himself about total pacification of Karamoja subregion.
I came here, we met in Barregi, we found out the problems, and of course the army had the capacity to defeat these people.
The President reiterated that no one will ever dare to destabilize Karamoja, mainly during his reign as President of Uganda.
So there's no way cattle rustling can come back. That time we had taken away 5 divisions, the one based in Achoripi, for training. So these people foolishly thought that they could use that gap to resume cattle rustling, but they learned a lesson, and anybody who tries will be defeated. So there's no way the guns will come back here.
Low community policing is also a long-term strategy to avoid crime, according to the president.
Then at some other level, we have surveillance equipment like UAVs or aircrafts, which can fly by day or by night and see what's happening.
On the political scene, Museveni told journalists that the political strategy of the young men and women who in the early 70s were just students has been part of Uganda's best medicine.
Because if Obote had stood with Chiwanuka together, if they all had said, let's have a united Uganda, Mengo would not have money, would not have resisted. But because UPC misled Mengo, that's how we ended up with the disaster. But in the meantime, the politics of all that time was sectarian. DP was mainly for the Catholics, UPC for the Protestants, and some Muslims, Kawaka Eka for Baganda. So all those are mistakes. Now, we, by 1965, that's when we said, these people are really dangerous to danger.
The media engagement also sought for candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's 5-year plan for Karamoja subregion.
Me, my first plan is Abaru, wealth. Because this is what I did with the cattle corridor. I say, seek ye first the homestead incomes, and the rest will be added unto you. So that's why I insist that each home must engage in commercial agriculture.
Regarding the matter where defiant party members have chosen to take the path of seeking the people's mandate as independents, President Museveni reiterates that although there is no law barring such individuals from contesting in the national elections, their act is equivalent to betrayal.
For me, I think the way of to look at the independence, number one, is for the independent to avoid the exilani of donating the constituency to the opposition by dividing the vote. But secondly, even if you are on the NRMs, why don't you use the other more decisive approach of the criminal side?
For those who have insisted that the party primaries were marred by irregularities, although Museveni acknowledges potential loopholes, he asserts that most of them have failed to prove beyond rumors.
The primaries were by lining behind candidates or their pictures during the day, not at night, and everybody saw what happened. So how can anybody cheat? Because it was during the day. How can you go and alter?
Robert Nyango, UBC News.